We are continuing our conversations on the new Hockey Hall of Famers of 2026. And the question is, does Keith Tkachuk deserve to be in the Hall? He was named yesterday, or 2 days ago, as one of the newest inductees into the Hockey Hall of Fame, alongside of Carey Price, Pekka Rinne, Patrice Bergeron. We already spoke about Bergeron earlier on this channel, by the way. But when it comes to Keith Tkachuk, there definitely is a conversation that's a lot different than the Bergeron talk when discussing why and how they ended up in the Hall. Keith Tkachuk ended up scoring 1,000 NHL points and 500 NHL goals, most of which were scored during the dead puck era, which I don't want to discredit. I don't think it's a good thing to invalidate the amount, the quantity of production that Keith Tkachuk had once upon a time in the National Hockey League. But when you look at everything else, I mean, no playoff success. He has a silver medal, no golds, no individual hardware aside the one Maurice Richard trophy he had for one of his 50-goal seasons in the 90s. And Keith Tkachuk sort of starts to feel more like Hall of Very Good territory rather than Hall of Fame territory. Now, I get that you can say that playoff success and longevity in the postseason shouldn't matter because guys like Carey Price and Pekka Rinne got nominated this year as well, and they weren't really synonymous with playoff success either. But at the same time, I think a guy like Henrik Zetterberg maybe should have been considered a little bit more for this year's Hockey Hall of Fame. I know a lot of Red Wings fans were pissed off about that. Coupled with the fact that Keith Tkachuk has 2 kids in the NHL now, and Brady and Matthew, that both have some really peculiar personality traits, it all of a sudden becomes the cool thing to do to start hating on Keith Tkachuk and the Tkachuk boys, especially if you're here in Canada. With that said, let's take a look at this hockey card, because this is actually another one of these custom cards that I made based off the NHL 21 Hockey Ultimate Team video game. This Keith Tkachuk card was on my first line for years. It was the 86 overall Franchise Greats Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal card, and it was one of these cards that I got early on in the life cycle of NHL 21. You can see that it was issued on my team November 30th, 2020, and Keith Tkachuk, unlike the real-life Keith Tkachuk, was over a point per game for me in my HUT run. 876 points in 640 games, 6'2", 232. Obviously, Keith Tkachuk was known for his physical, rough, and tough style that he could play, a style that has very well translated to his 2 children in the National Hockey League. Brady and Matthew both exhibit similar traits. But I just absolutely love this card itself. Franchise Greats, you've got the old Jets logo in the back, or excuse me, it's the new Jets logo, but the colors on the background are really nice to look at. Plus the white. You don't see too many HUT cards with just pure white bottoms, and I think this one looks really nice, especially with Keith Tkachuk. He's got a friendly smile. It works for the purpose of this HUT card. I printed this out, put it onto cardstock, and was able to make my own version of a real-life trading card from it. If you want some more info on that, we've made a bunch of videos showcasing some of my custom HUT cards over the years, so feel free to check out Ice Hockey POV in the channel for that. But you could also let me know your thoughts in the comments. Does Keith Tkachuk belong in the Hockey Hall of Fame? Does he belong right now? Was he destined to make it eventually? He's got 500 goals and 1,000 points, but no individual hardware and very little playoff success. His legacy is being carried in the National Hockey League with his 2 kids. Is that enough for Hockey Hall of Fame status? Or is he more of a Hockey Hall of Very Good type guy? This 86 overall card, I feel like, is pretty symbolic for that, because it's like, yeah, there are hundreds of other cards that are so much better than 86, but this is a pretty memorable one for me. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments section. This has been Ice Hockey POV. Tkachuk in the Hall, yay or nay? How do you feel about it? Let me know in the comments section below, and I'll see you in the next one.